Welcome, passionate English lovers. At this point of our journey, it's inevitable for me to talk about a topic that I am interested in. But first of all, since the beginning of this adventure, in the previous episodes, because I love to think about this channel as an ongoing storytelling between us. In the previous episodes, I talk about speakers of the language. I did it intentionally because to me, we are all speakers of the language. I've never mentioned, or maybe just a few times, learners or students. Don't get me wrong. There is right to talk about or to think in terms of learners. But mentally, I think the aspect of mindfulness for me is really important to the entire process. And when I think about myself, how I perceive myself, I see myself, it's very important. And I consider myself a speaker of the language. Consequently, there is another topic that is strictly related to this one, and this is acquiring languages naturally versus learning a language. And I've tried everything in the recent past, or let's say in the last few years, grammar, vocabulary, speaking, listening, let me say, in the ordinary way. So I have nothing against the ordinary way of learning the language. But anyway, at some point I realized that I had to do something different in order to succeed in this ongoing process. This is, of course, my personal point of view. It's all about following another path. So acquiring language naturally. What does it mean? There are many opportunities, but let's start with one, for example. If you know something really well, I mean, you master a subject of the English language, you can teach or explain to someone else. And being able to explain to someone else with clarity and confidence something is already, on one way, a possibility to consolidate your knowledge, experience, expertise. On the other side, you can help someone else to grow. And in the long term, you're going to have a huge satisfaction. Another way to acquire a language naturally is, just a moment, please, because I have a technical problem. Okay, it happens in real life and also when you are live streaming. So I was saying that another way to acquire a language naturally is, for example, using grammar structures purposely to try to get in touch with other learners and being immersed in an environment, I mean, in a safe environment, a small group of English people who want to learn the language, who want to dig deep into the language. Or so getting exposed to conversations, discussions, debates is another way of leveling up your communication skills and most of all, acquiring the language naturally, spontaneously, and it's going to be very beneficial to your flow and to your fluency as well. We can start, for example, from the verb should have done. Usually we use it to express regrets and expectations. And the other one is would have done. So hypothetical past, not real. Now, let's analyze like if we are in a friendly environment with friends with people who want to practice the language all together, and to be exposed to a variety of opinions, thoughts, ideas, confrontations. And maybe there are some people that have ideas very so distant from yours, or you are positive about something, and another person is skeptical. I love this definition that is brainstorming. That's the way that will allow us to grow immensely. So if we take, for example, this sentence, he should have asked for help when he needed it. So the meaning is, in the past, he didn't ask for help when, for sure, he needed it. So maybe because he was afraid of asking, maybe he was shy. So there are many explanations to this sentence that can help us to have a very fruitful conversation. Second one, they should have left earlier to avoid the traffic. So they would have left earlier, but they couldn't because they were in a meeting, and the conversation, the debate would take longer than expected. Now, and this till now, we have been talking about mainly regrets. Now it's all about expectations. The package should have arrived by now. I hope there are no delivery delays. So I hope that the package would be there, but maybe for some reasons, maybe because someone didn't do his job according to the schedule, the package maybe wouldn't be there, and I had to keep waiting and waiting. Another one about expectations. She should have finished her assignment by tonight. She's been working on it all week. So maybe we planned to see each other, or there was maybe a birthday party, or simply there was a party among friends. We haven't seen each other in a while, but unfortunately she couldn't make it because of course she's been working on it all week, and that is more important right now than anything else. Let's take a look at a few sentences with would have done. I would have done anything to make her smile again. Maybe we had a previous appointment and I made a mistake, and now I would give anything to have a second chance and to make her smile again. Or maybe she got through a very awful time of her life, and she needed to talk to someone else to find a way to get out of it and smile again. So another one, given the opportunity, she would have done the project differently. Of course, we did it, the project, she did it, the project, but she's not satisfied about it. And maybe she would have done many things differently. Maybe the introduction, maybe the end of the presentation, or maybe she want to grab this opportunity from another angle, from another point of view. So you notice that there are, thanks to those grammar structures, we have plenty of opportunities to talk about many topics. So the discussion can be very interesting and useful at the same time, because we can learn a lot from one another. It's a way to get to know each other, and also to understand something that maybe we were not able to see by ourselves, because talking to someone else, sharing opinions and thoughts is always an experience that I'm inviting you to do in your life as, of course, speaker of the language. Another sentence, I wish I would have done more to help her when she needed it. And this is similar to the previous one. Another one. In his position, I would have done the same without hesitation. So here I'm expressing the fact that maybe I would behave in another way. And without hesitation, because maybe I was in her shoes or I was in that position many times, and I have the necessary experience to understand when it's time to change something, to adapt, or to do something differently. Last one. If I had known you were coming, I would have prepared dinner. So in that case, I think maybe you recognize this grammar structure. Otherwise, this is the third conditional. But I don't want to dive into it because there are plenty of things that we can learn in another, we can appreciate in another episode. But if I had known in advance that you were coming to my home, for example, I would have prepared maybe something special for dinner. So I didn't have the occasion to give my best or to do something for you. And maybe next time it would be better. So now let me tell you this. There are a variety of possibility methods out there to get used to a language, and especially to succeed in the long term. In my personal experience, and I've been doing a lot of stuff about the English language, the ordinary stuff. I tried any kind of method, but when I started to expose myself to the language in a variety of ways, I mean, a lot of conversations, small groups of people, a lot of monologues, dialogues, so shadowing or mimicking technique, a lot of reading, because also reading out loud is a very powerful tool. So everything that can help you to acquire the language naturally, spontaneously, and also at the same time you can develop a certain flexibility, adaptability. You become more dynamic, so you're able to express some kind of emotion, feelings that you didn't even imagine before making this kind of experiences, and exposing yourself to get out of your comfort zone, to feel some kind of embarrassments, and sometimes to go through some unfamiliar paths. But this is inevitable, and this is very essential if you want to succeed in your ongoing process. And before we end up this video, subscribe to my channel to be part of this kind of live streaming where I'm gonna give my best, as I did tonight, to try to share with you something that can help you to level up your communication skills. In the comment below, you're gonna find 2 links about 2 topics that are related to this one. So how to make perfectionism your best friend, and on the other side, remember, English speaker of the language, your voice matters. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.